Disney loves to say their parks are never finished, and that's true. But sometimes projects just don't stall, they vanish entirely. From volcanic roller coasters to entire theme parks that never saw daylight, these are 12 abandoned and unfinished Disney projects that almost became reality. At number 12, we've got David Copperfield's Magic Underground, Disney's bold attempt to mix dinner with illusions that vanish before it even opened. In the 90s, Disney teamed up with the famous illusionist for a chain of magic-themed restaurants. The Times Square location was 85% complete, with a 45-foot Copperfield statue surrounded by flaming torches. Guests would eat while magicians performed close-up tricks and larger illusions on stage. It sounded like dinner and a magic show rolled into one. But creative clashes and massive cost overruns sank the project, leaving Disney with a $35 million loss. The billboards disappeared and Magic Underground became its own vanishing act. Coming in at 11 is the Rhine River Ride, a calm Epcot boat journey through Germany that never made it past the blueprints. When Epcot's Germany pavilion was built, Imagineers had plans for a ride along the Rhine, Danube, and Isar rivers. Guests would float past castles, vineyards, and historic landmarks. Trenches were dug and the ride entrance was framed into the pavilion, but with Epcot stretched thin in the early 80s, the project was shelved. Today, the mural of the Rhine you see in Germany's pavilion actually hides where the ride was supposed to start. At number 10 is the Excavator, a dinosaur-themed coaster that would have shaken up Dinoland USA, but was buried before construction began. Animal Kingdom's Dino Land was supposed to include more than just the dinosaur ride. Imagineers designed the Excavator, a runaway ore cart coaster weaving through dinosaur skeletons, rusted equipment, and quarry debris. It would have added a thrilling anchor to the land. But with the park's live animal exhibits already over budget, the Excavator was canceled before construction. Dinoland settled for the gentler Primeval World years later, but fans still wish the dinosaur coaster had come to life. Ninth place goes to the Nightmare Before Christmas ride, a spooky Jack Skellington adventure that almost became a year-round attraction. Tim Burton's classic nearly got its own permanent ride. Guests would ride coffin-shaped vehicles through Halloween Town, dodging Oogie Boogie and helping Jack Skellington save Christmas. The finale would show Jack and Sally together in the snow. Disney scrapped the project, worried it was too similar to other dark rides and too costly to pull off. Instead, the Haunted Mansion Holiday Overlay was born, a seasonal nod to the ride that never was. At number 8 is Discovery Bay, Tony Baxter's ambitious steampunk land that would have changed Disney forever. In the late 70s, the Imagineer dreamed up a Victorian sci-fi harbor tied to the movie The Island at the Top of the World. It would have featured a magnetic roller coaster, a submarine restaurant, and even a hot air balloon skyway. Frontierland would have flowed directly into this bold new land. But when the movie flopped, the project was abandoned. Many of its concepts lived on in other attractions, but Discovery Bay itself never set sail. Seventh on the list is Villain Mountain, the sinister flume ride that promised Disney's darkest characters their own spotlight. Planned as a water-based adventure, it would have taken guests through sinister layers of Maleficent, Ursula, and Scar before plunging out of Chernabog's mouth in a terrifying finale. It was meant to be Splash Mountain's darker twin. Unfortunately, it never made it out of concept phase. Disney worried a villain-centric ride clashed with their family-friendly vibe. Still, fans haven't let go of the dream of a full Villains Land. Taking the 6th spot is the Mount Fuji roller coaster, Epcot's almost iconic Japanese thrill ride killed by corporate rivalry. Epcot's Japan Pavilion nearly had a massive replica of Mount Fuji, with a coaster spiraling inside and out. Guests would be chased by a Godzilla-style monster as they rode. It was set to be Epcot's first thrill ride. But when Fujifilm offered sponsorship, Kodak, then one of Disney's biggest partners, blocked the deal. With no money behind it, the project collapsed. The Japan Pavilion got shops and restaurants, but not its mountain. Number 5 goes to River Country, Disney's first water park that slid into abandonment after years of tragedy and competition. Opening in 1976, River Country felt like a rustic swimming hole with rope swings, slides, and Bay Lake water filtered into its pools. For its time, it was revolutionary. But Typhoon Lagoon and Blizzard Beach soon left it looking outdated. Add in drowning and even a fatal amoeba case, and River Country's reputation soured. It closed in 2001, sat abandoned for nearly 2 decades, and was finally demolished in 2018. In 4th place is Discovery Island, the wildlife sanctuary that now sits as a ghostly reminder in the middle of Bay Lake. From 1974 to 1999, guests ferried over to see exotic birds and animals. But after Animal Kingdom opened, Discovery Island lost its purpose. Disney shut it down, moved the animals, and left the island to rot. Today it's off limits, with rustling cages and overgrown paths still visible to anyone passing by. Urban explorers who sneaked in called it eerie, a ghost zoo hiding in plain sight. Number 3 is the Western River Expedition, a Wild West boat ride that was meant to outshine Pirates of the Caribbean. When Magic Kingdom opened, Imagineers thought Floridians wouldn't care for pirates. Instead, they dreamed up a massive Wild West adventure with outlaw shootouts, saloon scenes, and desert canyons. It would have been even grander than Pirates, but costs skyrocketed and guests demanded Pirates anyway. Disney gave in, built Pirates, and shelved the epic Western. Bits of it survived in other attractions, but the full experience never saw daylight. Coming in at number 2 is Beastly Kingdom, the mythical land of dragons and unicorns that never got past the planning stage. Animal Kingdom's logo has always featured a dragon, hinting at the land Imagineers planned. It would have been split into a good side with unicorn forests and a dark side ruled by a fire-breathing dragon animatronic in a roller coaster finale. But after budget overruns, Disney had to choose between Beastly Kingdom and Dino Land. Since they were promoting their dinosaur movie, Dino Land won. Many Imagineers left to Universal and created Islands of Adventure's Lost Continent, which fans say carry Beastly Kingdom's DNA. And finally, at number 1, we've got Fire Mountain, the volcano coaster that could have lit up Magic Kingdom, but burned out after Atlantis flopped. In the early 90s, Imagineers envisioned a massive volcano rising from Adventureland. Guests would board carts that shifted mid-ride from upright to suspended, making it feel like you were flying through lava caverns. It would have been one of Disney's boldest rides ever. But when Atlantis the Lost Empire bombed at the box office, the ride was shelved. Fire Mountain became Disney's ultimate what if. And that's 12 Disney projects that never came true. From dragon coasters to forgotten islands. Which of these do you wish had been built? Let me know your pick in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more Disney Deep Dives.